on the road, losing to the Phoenix Suns. Your final score 118-109. LeBron James, though, did continue chasing Michael Jordan on that all-time scoring list. He had 27 points on 10 of 21 from the field. He had 9 rebounds and 16 assists as well, but it wasn't quite enough to get it done. Here's Coach Luke Walton after the game.
We need to be a lot better. I'm happy with the fight we showed in the fourth quarter, but that's where we're at in the season. That's the desperation that we need to start the game with. I mean, there was 50-50 balls in that first half that we weren't getting to. One in the third quarter that bounced right in front of us that turned into a fast break for them. Now we started playing with it, and that, that shows me that the group cares and that they're still invested, and I believe in our group. But I know it's the back end of a back-to-back, and guys are playing big minutes, but we got to find a way to start and play entire ball games with that same type of passion. I think that's now, I'm going to leave that alone. That's what I got. You guys go ahead.
What's your just level of not whether confidence or lack thereof now as you look towards the deficit and the 4 games back in the loss column, to the teams that are in the 8 as you think about the playoffs or a postseason push?
I'm confident. I believe in our group. We need to play a lot better, but I believe that we can get it done.
This game tonight, was there something in particular early? Was it just energy? Was it continuity? What did you notice that wasn't quite there?
It always starts with energy, and that was the big challenge to the group tonight. We have to create our own. We got to find it, and I don't think we did a good job of that until the fourth quarter.
Luke, you made a change at halftime to get Javale that group. What do you think started it? What did you think of that start to the period, and how did they end up building on that lead after halftime?
Well, I thought JaVale was great. He was playing with energy. So we went. We needed. I didn't feel like the group as a whole had it. So we tried to bring someone that was playing with that type of energy, and I thought he continued to do it. But unfortunately, until the fourth quarter, we really didn't. We didn't engage ourselves.
When you guys go for it. You guys entered this game in a pretty desperate situation in terms of trying to make the playoffs. Given that, how do you explain the lack of passion or energy coming into it?
I don't try to explain it. I just know we got to be better. I know that our group has worked really hard all year, so I'm going to continue to believe in them. But I don't have an explanation for it.
Do you think they believe in each other right now?
I think so.
And you have talked about, considering dealing with injuries and things like second night back-to-back on the road, you want to have unforced errors and a play where LeBron takes the ball out of bounds and throws it off the back of the backboard. What does that say about where your level of focus was as a group tonight?
Well, I don't think that's the play to point out. I think LeBron has always been very focused in what his approach to the game and what it takes to get into the postseason, and for him even a step further into the finals. That was a unforced turnover, which we've talked about. We've done a much better job the last 3 or 4 games of taking care of the ball. But to me, the tell was more tonight, was more about our effort to chase down those rebounds, to chase down loose balls, to be the aggressor. That's what that was more of, I think, why we ended up with a loss tonight.
What do you make of the play where Ayton was matched up on the short corner against Josh Hart, and a foul was called?
The play with
Josh Hart versus Ayton.
Yeah, under a minute to go in a one-possession game where he traveled twice and then offensive foul. That play? Yeah, I didn't see that. I didn't see Josh fouling, but maybe I'll get a better look at it from a different angle somewhere.
Josh. All right, let's take a look at the Western Conference standings.
But it wasn't enough. What bothered you the most about the game tonight?
I don't know. I mean, we had chances in the second quarter to kind of close the quarter the right way. I felt like we had a call that didn't go our way. They kind of changed the game around in the second quarter, and then third quarter we allowed them to jump on us, and got up. I think it's double digits. It wasn't there throughout 48 games all night, and that's kind of like the frustrating part of it all. But we had opportunities, obviously, but wasn't able to come through.
Yeah, how is your frustration level right now?
Listen, obviously we needed this game for obvious reasons, and we wanted to play well. At times we played well. I think we was always together at times as well. I have the right mind frame of what we are trying to accomplish tonight. It's just unfortunate with the opportunity that we've had, and we haven't been able to seize the opportunity.
Luke said he's still confident because of the work collectively you guys have put in all year. Are there things that give you confidence despite where the standings show right now?
We can't keep looking at the standings. The standings are going to be what they are no matter what. No matter if we win or lose, you can't. I've never been one to kind of look at the standings. You've known me for a while. So you just got to go out and do your job and try to do it at a high level throughout 48 minutes and then see what happens at the end of that. So you can't focus on the standings because they shift and move so much throughout the course of the season.
It was an unusual play, you involved with inbounding the ball behind the basket and just hit the back of the basket.
Yeah, that was just silly on my part. That's just, I thought I had a little bit more room to get it to B.I. JaVale was kind of right there. I tried to throw it over JaVale's head and hit the foam on the backboard. So that's just stupidity on my part.
How frustrating is it when you guys have put so much fight in to have you missed those couple of free throws after kind of the run you guys had made in the fourth quarter? Does that stick with you?
It's frustrating for me personally that how I'm shooting free throw. Last night I was 8 for 10, shot the ball well throughout the whole game. And tonight I go 4 for 9 or whatever I was. So for the individual part of it, that's frustrating for me to miss free throws. But for a collective group, I know the game didn't come down to those 2 free throws. That's for sure. But for me personally, I definitely could have played a lot better, throughout the whole game.
You talked about a lack of passion and energy at the beginning of the game. Did you see that being an issue?
I'm not here to harp on the negativity or the negative. We had opportunities. We could have played better here. We could have played better there. That's been throughout the whole season. It's been throughout the whole season, but right now, it's a tough loss. It's a tough loss for us. It was a tough loss for us last night. We knew we had gave so much to that game last night. We had to kind of find our own energy. I actually felt a lot better than I thought I was going to feel once I got on the floor. But as a collective group, we didn't always have it. A few of us had it at times, but it wasn't always a 5-man collective, group. At least until those last 5 minutes.
Do you think there was an emotional hangover from the way that game ended last night?
I don't know. I'm the wrong guy to ask. I've played in too many big games. I don't have emotional hangovers. I just know the landscape of the game and how you got to continue to just be ready no matter what the circumstances is. So I'm not the one to ask about that.
Last question, please. Who'd you make of JaVale's energy out there today?
He was wonderful. He was great last night, even in the opportunity, the small amount that he got last night. He was great last night, and he was great tonight on both sides of the floor. His activity, obviously him around the rim, us trying to throw it to him, and him being able to finish, knock down a couple of jumpers, got some block shots. So he was great. He was great all night.
So the Lakers now sit 4.5 games outside of the Western Conference playoff picture. My dear friend, the incomparable Rachel Nichols, just tweeted, the Lakers lose to the Suns. They've now lost to the Suns, Knicks, Cavs, Hawks, Pelicans, and Grizzlies twice this season. All of those teams are in the bottom third of the standings. So forget the top teams or even the middle teams. If you beat those teams, you're in the playoffs. And those are... a lot of that takes mental errors, right?
Yeah, and a lot of that is just from not focusing on the right things. Sometimes coming out there looking at a team and thinking, oh, we're better than them. And then what happens is you come out there sleepwalking, and next thing you know, you get hit in the mouth, and you give that team confidence, and you have a ball game, and you win these games like that. And I've been in those type of situations before, but I remember also in D.C., we were a good team, not a great team. But our coaching staff would always tell us, listen, if we take care of the games that we should win against the bad teams in this league and just go maybe close to 500 or hover at 500 against the good teams, we'll make it to the playoffs. And we were able to be successful in that manner. It's like the Lakers didn't get that speech, though.
Yeah.
Because they take on the bad teams, and they still look at the fact that we're the Lakers, and they come out there like they're the established Lakers when they're not. And they don't realize they're right there with those teams, so they need to meet their energy, and they haven't done it.
How do you fix that? If you're Luke Walton now at this point, which we just saw him say, it starts with energy. And that's what we've talked about. That's what they've got to bring. How do you change that?
It's broken what's there right now. I think we saw from Luke's comments, we see from LeBron's comments. And listen, I'm one of the old heads that's I love LeBron. I think he's terrific. You know, from a lot off the court, on the court, I'm a big fan. Watching this is tough because it does seem like his level, I want to be polite here, his level of give-a-care isn't where it has been in the past. He definitely seems like he's sort of just over this whole experiment of this season. I'm with you, Brendan. It's tough to waste a season when you have LeBron James, and it almost feels that way right now.
It's almost like sometimes he's like a malaise, like he's just sleepwalking out there. And like you look at the stat line tonight, and that doesn't tell you the story of the game. I play with LeBron. He is great enough to get incredible stats on any night because he is not arguably, he is the most gifted athlete to ever play in the NBA. When you talk about size, strength, quickness,
Michael
speed.
Jordan.
No. I'm talking about, I didn't say the best player. Physical gifts, even Michael Jordan wasn't as physically gifted as LeBron James.
We can agree to disagree.
Okay, no problem. Right. And so, but what happens is in the past, LeBron would put all those physical gifts on display at both ends of the court. And now we're not seeing it on the defensive end. He's almost playing like what James Harden was doing several years ago, where he was resting on defense, playing hard on offense. And that's why it looks so different this year, because we're not used to seeing that. There was a play, I want to say in the third quarter, where Kelly Oubre gets a steal. And in the past, I'm used to watching LeBron James hawk Kelly Oubre down, meet him at the rim, and send that shot into the cheap seats. He just resigned to the fact that Kelly Oubre was going to get a layup, and he just trotted beside him, watched him get the layup, and then took the ball out of bounds. That's not the LeBron we're used to seeing. That's not the level of effort we're used to seeing. I'm not sure if he keeps giving that effort, if we can continue to call him the best player in the NBA. It might be time to pass that mantle on to KD if this type of defensive effort continues. And to answer your question, Ledlow, you said, how can the Lakers fix this mentality? Starts with their leader. If their leader steps out there, he's flying all around the court, giving them everything they need, guess what? The troops will follow.
Well, we've got a 9-game Saturday night in the NBA as Game Time continues next with highlights, including some from
freaky.
Wait a minute.
Freaky.
We'll be right back.
With the left, too. With the left.